But we're here today at the American Girl store in New York, which has been very gracious in hosting us. This is such a wonderful, wild ride. 9-year-old Allison cutting her Molly's bangs would have never guessed that she would be invited as a special person here today.
When we were kids, the American Girl store did not exist. There was no place like this for us to visit.
We had tea, my Molly doll got a haircut, we were given a very special tour by our guides throughout the store. It's always special to be in a place also that values young women, especially. And so one of the things about American Girl is they have a whole series teaching you how to be a good friend, how to be someone who stands up for what you believe in. So American Girl is one of the first things that we bonded over when we became friends. And one of the first things we asked each other was whether we were a Molly. And of course we're both Mollys.
So Molly is one of the original American girls. She lived during World War II, and she was kind of a tomboy, kind of nerdy, but also liked to play sports with her siblings. And that's something I really identified with growing up.
So the podcast has been in process for a while. It was something we gave a lot of care and thought to. And one of the questions was how we would approach the topic. We knew we wanted to combine a bit of pop culture with history and take a close look back at the dolls, material culture, and the stories. And I think Mary really came up with the idea of, well, let's go book by book.
In a bigger way, we were both historians, and thinking about what made us want to choose history as our career path was something of interest to both of us. I think sometimes people are too quick to dismiss things in pop culture that are actually really instrumental and meaningful as a young person. So we try to share that enthusiasm with our listeners while also having kind of a more critical eye that we can have as adults and people who are trained in history.
The first series that we covered was Felicity. Felicity Merriman is a girl who lives in 1774 and 1775, but we saw so much resonance of 1990s multiculturalism politics, so we really kind of parse out how much of this is really about the 18th century and how much is about 1990s politics and trying to grapple with race and culture.
So a lot of our listeners reach out to us because these books gave them some kind of language for their experience as children that they're reflecting on now, but also in a really heartening way. The way we talk about the books as 30-something women is giving people a language to understand their experience now, so it is heartening to see that it's having a real impact.
You learn what it means to be a good friend as an adult and as a child in the books.
Yeah.